The following is an ESG360 video.
For months, even years if you're a close EMC follower, there's been a lot of speculation about who was going to succeed Joe Tucci as the CEO of EMC. And now we finally have our answer, and it's Michael Dell. He certainly wasn't on my short list when I was thinking about the candidates for it. So certainly the Dell acquisition of EMC raises a lot of questions in the industry, and I'm here with Colin Keegan, ESG's cloud and virtualization analyst, to talk a little bit about what the implications are in the market. So, Colin, cloud is such a big topic for IT organizations today. What are the implications of this acquisition for the cloud market?
I think there's several different implications, specifically around cloud. If we look at where Dell and EMC were coming in pre-acquisition, both had really preferred to stay out of the public cloud fray, and I wrote a blog about this. So essentially what they were saying was, we're going to play nice with the cloud service providers and managed service providers and partner with them and help with IT transformation by bringing private cloud solutions that can tie into public cloud via hybrid. But now when you look at the acquisition, or at least when I look at the acquisition, I think this is really an opportunity for Dell to legitimately enter into the public cloud space. And I say this for the simple reason that Dell has been aspiring for years to be an end-to-end solutions provider. So through the EMC acquisition, they achieved that in the enterprise space. So now they have consumer goods, they got solutions for SMBs, and now they got solutions obviously in the enterprise space. The one missing component though, is cloud, right? So if you look at who they're going to be going toe-to-toe with, you got Cisco, you got HP, you got IBM, and I'll even put Oracle in the mix there, and they all have really strong public cloud offerings. So it leads me to think that Dell is going to take a hard look at this. And so through the acquisition, one of the pearls, or from the string of pearls, Joe Tucci string of pearls strategy, is VirtuStream. And EMC announced VirtuStream at EMC World back in May, and had been somewhat uncharacteristically close-lipped about what their plans were for VirtuStream, and perhaps now we know why. So VirtuStream is something that they're a public cloud provider, specifically providing infrastructure as a service technology, and they have some really interesting IP. So that can be, and they're very highly regarded. So some of our colleagues, regard them as being a leader in the space. There was a quadrant that was out not that long ago that has them in the upper right. So that really gives Dell, a strong platform to launch a public cloud service. And then if you take other components like Cloud Foundry via Pivotal, that gives them platform as a service. And then if you look into the broader portfolio of Dell EMC from a backup and DR perspective, it gives them multiple technologies to provide backup as a service and disaster recovery as a service. And those are two very strong cloud use cases. So when companies are first looking to consume cloud services, they typically enter into those use cases because they're relatively low risk, high value. And if they can attract their customer base into using those use cases, it then gives them the opportunity to really upsell into additional value-added cloud services. So I think it'll be interesting to see if that strategy unfolds, and I suspect that it will.
Okay. Certainly, I think the biggest competitor for both of them in the market is Amazon Web Services. Yep. So how do you think this positions the big combined entity versus Amazon? And does the fact that EMC's been touting the whole hybrid issue and Amazon is pure cloud services, and certainly in the mobility space on the document EFSS side, I see a lot of demand for hybrid. Yeah. But in kind of this broader big cloud market, does the hybrid play that Dell and EMC can bring to market, is that something you see giving them an advantage versus AWS, or?
Oh, that's a great question. So my first thought on that is obviously it's going to take them time to develop this platform. Mm-hmm. And I think in the short term, they really shouldn't be focused on trying to play catch up because it's, okay, I don't want to call it a fool's errand, but it kind of is, right? So
Amazon's got kind of a...
They've got the leadership there right now. But to your point, the advantage and I think their strength is going to be in hybrid. There's two really factions out there, if you will. You have newer digital age companies, and we did a survey about this, that are sort of the big Amazon adopters, mm-hmm. but it makes sense because they don't have a vested interest in existing infrastructure. They're going in greenfield. So for them, that makes a lot of sense. Now, traditional businesses have some sort of data center footprint. They want to continue to leverage that. Then there's other reasons. There's compliance reasons, data governance reasons, why they want to retain some of the management of that stuff on site. But then they can leverage hybrid cloud in other areas where it's where it's non-core business critical. Mm-hmm. So they can focus. Really, that's what the whole cloud story is around, being able to focus on what you're good at and not being distracted by managing things that aren't your bailiwick, right? So I think that's clearly where the Dell-EMC combined entities can bring some collective strength, is this ability to help businesses really finish their private cloud deployments, because there's still a lot of companies out there finishing their virtualization, much less having a fully functioning private cloud, right? So there's a lot of work to do there. So the finish helping them deploy their private cloud environments, and then gradually bring them into this hybrid solution. So I think there's plenty of ramp for them to continue to do that and put them in a position to garner market share. Obviously, Amazon's going to be there for the long haul too. So I don't think it would make sense for them to have Amazon squarely in the crosshairs at this point in time, maybe in the future.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you. If you'd like more information on this, please visit the ESG website. We've blogged on just about all of these angles, and you'll find all of our resources there. Thank you for joining us.